This is Laurie, and we are treating her today for a concussion that happened 2021 in a car accident. And we're just going to have Laurie lying down. We're going to test a bunch of muscles, see what's working, what's not, and go from there.
That sounds good. Thank you.
Right.
Okay.
So here, I'm going to be lightly pushing down and you're going to lightly resist, okay?
Okay.
So I always tap to show you the direction I'm going to push.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So light resistance, hold, perfect. Hold again, good, you passed that one.
Okay, good.
Here, hold, that one too, excellent. No, it's fine, okay. Don't lift up, hold, and hold, great. Internal rotation, good. Don't pull outwards, hold, excellent. Here, don't push downwards, one more, good. Here, hold, and hold, great. All the way back, and don't lift up, good. Doing great, actually. Don't lift up, hold, ready, hold, good. Bend there, don't pull, good. And don't pull, don't pull, great. Okay, we're gonna test all those ones on the other side, okay. And to here, and don't push, great. And hold, excellent. Rotate like so. Don't lift up, hold. Okay, this one's actually your first one not working, but we'll show you in a moment. Don't pull outwards, and again, great. Don't push down, good. We're gonna go thumb down, hold, great. All the way down. Don't lift up, hold, good. And then don't lift up here, hold, excellent. Bend there, and hold, and don't pull. Great. You're doing really good there. You're doing too good almost.
What's really interesting is as you're working on this side, I'm getting extra in here and stuff happening
Tingling,
here.
numbness, what are you feeling?
Not numbness, like a pressure, like a headache.
Okay.
Numbness, yeah, maybe numbness here.
When you get your headaches, is it right side dominant?
It can be all over, but often it's in this area.
Yeah. Okay. You can take your shoes off.
Oh,
That's
yes,
okay.
yeah, for sure.
Don't worry.
Okay, perfect.
You get the luxury.
I should have asked.
Okay, so here, I'm going to be pushing inwards, light resistance, hold, and hold. Okay, good. We're going to go to the other side, light resistance, hold, and hold. Okay, good. And then don't let me pull outwards, hold, and don't let me pull outwards, hold. Okay, here's a great example here. So this side you're passing, this side you're not. So I'm going to give you 3 goes here.
Okay.
Liv, do you want to just move over there for this bit? Yeah, good. Okay, so light resistance, hold, and hold, and hold. Good. And on this side, hold, and hold. So you feel how this one got weaker there?
Yeah, definitely. And up into the back where
you get some pain up there where
yeah.
So on this side, when I apply a force input, that information goes to your brain and your brain goes, oh, to negate that I need to engage what's called the adductor muscle, and I get this nice sharp engagement.
Yeah.
Whereas on the other side, when I apply a force input, the brain goes, oh, I can't recruit this muscle because it's in a safety response. It's called inhibition.
Yeah.
So instead, I'm going to recruit all the muscles around there, but because they're not optimally aligned, we get that spongy feeling. So that's what I'm looking for. So normal function and inhibited. Oftentimes, I might say something like offline, because it's, people can kind of relate to that. So we'll give you 3 goes here again.
Okay.
Ready? Resisting, and again, and again. Great. I'm really strong now. And hold, and hold, and hold. Okay, good.
Yeah.
And so probably about the quarter of the pressure there needed to move you anyways here.
And it's
it's aggravating the area of lower back pain, which is typical. So this feeds into that pain, would be what one thing we said there.
Interesting.
So the other muscles were off, by the way. So the glute medius and the outers were inhibited on both sides.
Oh.
Here, don't let me lift upwards, hold, hold again, and hold again. So getting a little bit spongier each time, so not correct. It should be, again, a nice strong engagement. Don't let me lift up, hold, and hold again. Good. All right. And bend your knee. Good. So we're going to bring it a little bit higher out to my hand if you can. Bring it. Can you bring it out? There you go.
Yeah.
And don't let me pull. Hold. And hold. Okay, so same thing there. Don't let me push down. And hold. It's quite often people can't pass very much on the lower half, so don't be surprised by that. But you did do excellently on the upper half.
Okay.
Don't let me pull this way, hold, and don't let me push downwards there, or sideways. Okay, and then relax to there. Don't let me lift up, hold, and hold. So at this point, I will say that this is the glute maximus test.
Oh, yeah.
Most people can't pass that, our butt muscle, right?
Yeah.
But most people can pass the next one, which is our hamstring test. Don't let me pull away, hold. Yeah, so you're passing that, right? So most of us are walking around with short, tight hamstrings because it's overworking for our glute max. Okay, that was the only one you passed on this side, which does not surprise me at all. Let's straighten this leg.
Okay.
Good. Here and there. Good. And don't pull away from you. Hold and hold. So same thing. Don't push. Hold and hold. Good. And don't pull towards me. Hold. Great. Maybe one more go. And then don't push away. Hold there. Okay, so this one's actually passed. Hold. Good. Which you didn't pass on the other side. So we got two working on this side that are not working on the other. Don't lift upwards. Hold and hold. And then here. Don't pull here. And now working. And legs straight. Don't push downwards. Hold and hold. And now it's downward. I didn't test that one on the other side because I assumed it was not going to work. Okay. Great. Everything okay for you? Okay. So I'm gonna write your list. Okay. So in this position, don't let me push down. Hold. Yeah. So
I can feel that.
You feel the difference?
Yeah.
Here, don't me push, hold, hold. So same thing there. And don't me push upwards, hold, hold. So when you're standing, your nervous system's turning everything off.
Yeah.
Your back feeling
my
sore
back
from
is
that
so
test?
sore, yeah.
So
it's like a pinching.
Laurie is passing all these tests sitting down, but the act of standing causes everything to go off. And in fact, when she's lying down, she's passing almost all the upper arm tests. I didn't test them all, but triceps is the only one, which is really good. I call the triceps the upper glute muscle because it's the most frequent muscle off on the upper half, whereas the glutes are the lower. So what you'll see, same thing here, dummy push, dummy pull. Okay, and then here, dummy push. Does it hurt less on your back when I test this side in comparison to the other?
It was
the
more
same?
when we stopped, then all of a sudden it's like,
Oh, it started to agitate
yeah,
there. Okay.
and right now I don't feel that pain
Okay,
at all.
good. So let's just give you, I'm going to step you aside. This is going to go here.
Okay.
Okay. Good. By the way, these are here because if you can pass that test, then we put you on here, which makes you unstable.
Oh, right.
But we don't need to do that for you. Okay. So Laurie can pass this test, this one, hold, and really pretty much all of these. Then we rotate. Good. I like to use this one here. Good. Now, when you stand up, please go ahead. What happens is the nervous system goes, well, I don't feel safe in this position. And all of the muscles go into a safety response. Don't let me rotate, hold. So you feel that there?
Yeah.
Hold again, here, and hold, and hold. So very easy to push her through that threshold. Whereas if you sit down, dummy push, hold, her nervous system goes back into safe zone. So let me explain that.
Strange.
So all the muscles on that list are in it, and that's just the lower half. The upper half was actually really great when you were lying down. The neck muscles we haven't tested yet because I don't like to aggravate the neck on the first session, so we're not going to test it. Or at least not for a concussion client. So think of all those muscles off because of faulty sensory input from your injury on the head and also probably the gallbladder surgery and maybe the very old leg injury here. So that's like this noise in the system, and even when you're lying down, that noise is enough for your nervous system to say, I don't feel safe in this state. I'm going to turn this muscle off and this muscle off on that list, right? The reason it does that is if your arm's out like this and you stay rigid and we drop a heavy force on you, you're going to break the bone here or rip muscle off the tissue here. Whereas if this happens, then the energy gets transferred somewhere else in the body and less injury occurs. Now, for you, when you go from seated to standing, that noise goes up because you're fighting gravity now and your brain's having to process more. And so you're just going past a threshold in which your nervous system goes, well, I don't feel safe at all now, so I'm inhibiting all muscles. And so anytime you're standing, you're always in that inhibited state. And as soon as we sit you back down again, your nervous system goes, oh, I feel safe enough now to engage these muscles. So these these processes are these safety processes. They're very adaptive, so you'll be constantly going in and out of them depending on where you are. So if we took you to the superstore and set you in there with all that visual input, those nasty lights, right? Again, you're probably past that threshold. But this is actually a really nice opportunity because we get to see what happens when we alter sensory input. So let's get you, we'll give you one more go here. So hold, happy, strong nervous system, and dummy push, hold, great. Okay, now, so let's get you standing again. Okay. Good, and hold. So there's that safety response. It would happen as long as you're there. Now, I wonder what happens when we get you to lift this foot off the ground. So can you lift it? Yeah, and dummy push, hold. Yeah, see how you can pass that test now?
What?
Put it back on the ground. Hold, hold. Take it back up again.
I don't
and
get
hold, it. Hold, hold. Now, I can already tell you it won't occur when you switch legs, but go ahead and try. Bring this leg up on the ground. Hold.
Yeah, no.
Hold. Okay, but when you bring this one up, hold. Strong. Good. How old were you when you broke your left leg?
Like maybe 11-ish.
So when Laurie was 11, she had a green stick break from skiing, and she's receiving faulty sensory input since then. That is perceived as a threat, threatening enough that when you're standing, you're going to a safety response.
Yeah.
Now, were you still receiving that faulty sensory input before the car accident? Probably, but was it pushing you past that threshold? Probably not. So it's not like you've been walking around in this inhibited state all your life, but all of these faulty sensory inputs compound on top of each other until we get to the stage where now, anytime you're standing, you're in a safety response. And so when you lift your foot up like this here, what's happening is the sensory input that is perceived as dysfunctional is turning off, and so the noise that's in the system drops as soon as your foot comes off the ground. Amazing. And then you put it back on the ground, and it goes back up here. And the way I like to think of this is, it's just this safety mechanism that goes, I don't feel safe when I'm receiving this faulty sensory input, and now I feel safe again. Now, how we correct that is the nervous system. I simplify it into two parts. So we got the functional part of the brain that's doing what you're doing consciously. It's like, what the hell? That's ridiculous. What do you mean I should put my left foot on the ground and everything goes into the safety response? And so my job is just to go, here's a safety response for the functional part of the brain. Go, what? And here's where it lives. This is the safety response. And these 2 points here, wherever they are where the faulty sensory input's coming from. Now, because we know you've also had head trauma, we're going to see what happens when we palpate around the head. So dummy push, safety response. Yeah, so when I press here, right there, you feel how strong you get there, right? So, and I'm going to move around to see if I can find the other one. So here, so when I press here, you're strong. When I move away from it, you feel how weak you are there. And if I go back to here, strong.
That is so bizarre.
So for the folks at home, there's 2 points that I'm holding there that change the sensory input to your brain. There's always 2 points.
Got a lot going on now.
Yeah, and so when I palpate on one of those points, it's enough to drop that noise below the threshold again, and you can pass that test. So now we have 2 ways that we can change your nervous system and take it from a I don't feel safe to oh, I feel safe now again. So the impact on the side of the car, the window of the car, and the leg brake. And I suspect we're going to find the same thing here, but we'll see.
Okay.
We'll also palpate around your head a little bit more and see what we find. So
I've
go
got
ahead.
the funny numbness. It's not tingling. It's numb. I mean, it's not numb. It's tingling.
It's tingling.
Yeah. It's changing.
So one of the issues that Laurie gets is a lot of neuralgia, tingling down the right side of her face. And as we're testing this, because we're elevating the stress response here, symptoms are increasing. Likewise, when we were testing the lower back, Laurie has kind of right side back pain, it was increasing the pain. So anytime we tested a dysfunctional muscle, it increases the symptoms because we're causing the nervous system to compensate, and we're also slightly increasing inflammation. Not so much with these tests, but in the long run, when I'm working with somebody with a concussion, I'm very careful not to overstimulate or not to overtest. So I'm going to palpate on your forehead. Hold. Good. I'm going to palpate and actually take your hand and place it on your eyelid. Yeah, and hold. And now put it on the other eyelid and hold. Hold. Okay, good. Take it away from there. Now I'm going to go a little bit higher. Hold. Okay, so something here. Hold. So you see how you're strong there, right? I actually can't find the other one. Oh, here. Hold. Good. So this point here and this point here make it go strong. And if I'm not on it, you're weak. Here, strong. So
Interesting.
For the people at home,
Yeah.
because what it looks like when this goes anywhere, it kind of looks like I'm just pushing harder. And even, I'll actually say, even for the person who's here, sometimes I think you can feel the difference, right?
Oh,
but
definitely.
But what actually happens is when your muscles aren't functioning correctly and everything's inhibited, the joint is not very stable, so it's very loose. But as soon as everything re-engages, the whole joint does this here. To a lot of people, it feels like I'm pushing in this direction, but what's happening is the joint is recentrating. Okay, so that is dog bite.
Oh.
Yeah. How old were you there? Three?
3.
Three.
Yeah.
Right. So there was a dog bite on around the left eye. Hold. That we can modify the sensory input by pressing here. Okay, so weak, strong. So now we've got 1, 2, 3 places of interest for us. And next place we're going to check is around here.
Okay.
Do we push? So here, hold, strong. And here, strong. Good. So,
So interesting.
so gallbladder surgery, several years ago now, I can't remember, but and it was just keyhole surgery, but even keyhole surgery has the potential to change proprioception in the area, and I find it as dysfunctional as regular surgery. So, you know, when I see gallbladder on the list, I know we're likely going to have to treat there.
Okay.
Now, what I tell people is we might have 1,000 ways that we can cause your nervous system to go into this safety response, but we're not going to go and find and fix 1,000. We want to think about it more like a pyramid. 1,000 dysfunctions here, up here, only maybe 5 or 6
Okay.
old injuries that if we treat, say, something related to the concussion, that it will trickle down and fix 300 of the 1,000. So this is really useful to me because now I know at the top of the pyramid, we have this, 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 and the leg. And we can just target those. And they're all really easy to do. So I'm going to, actually, let's sit you back down again. I want to see if we can find something else.
Okay.
So dummy push, good. Now turn your head as far as you can that way and hold. Yeah. Now turn your head as far as you can this way and hold.
It's not very far.
No. And
My
so,
eyes are like...
yeah, it's very hard for you both ways, but this way harder, huh?
Yeah.
So dummy push, hold. But for the sake of things, I'm going to turn you that way.
Yeah.
Good. And hold. So as soon as Laurie's head is not straight, she goes into weakness. Go back to neutral and hold, back to strong. Good. I didn't even ask Laurie to see what her range of motion was earlier on because came in like this here, so I know that your range of motion is
Yeah.
not good. So as soon as you turn your head,
Yeah.
what's happening is you're receiving faulty sensory input. So let's say we'll pick this way. When you turn your head that way,
Yeah.
you're stretching this area and you're compressing this area. So you get signals of stretch and of compression. Your brain is interpreting one of those as a threat and going, I don't feel safe in this position. Let's go back into safety response. Okay,
And
now
that's
that's
when I'm
very
kinda
low.
stuck.
In that pyramid, that's low.
Okay.
But I'm going to fix this one to show you how it's done. So dummy push, hold, strong at the moment. We're going to turn you that way, hold, good. So I'm just going to palpate around, nothing there, hold, hold. Okay, so when I palpate here, let me just find it. Hold right there, you're strong, and then hold again, and dummy push, hold, and right there. So if I move even a little bit down, you're weak.
Yeah.
And here, strong. Okay, so back to neutral. When you turn that way, stretch receptors are engaging, sending, hey, we're stretching here. Your brain's going, I don't feel safe, safety response. Now, just by palpating there, we're modifying the sensory input enough that it bypasses that safety response and you're strong. Now we've got the information, because now we can say, hey, functional part of the brain, see what happens when I turn here, this safety response goes on. But it occurs because of this point and this point. And I'm just going to do a little manipulation on your tissue there. It's very gentle.
Okay.
That will teach your nervous system where this lives and allow it to resolve the motor control. Okay?
Okay.
So one more time, hold, strong, rotate, weak. Okay, and then we're gonna go, it's here, and here you can relax your, now this is the fix here, just very gentle. Back to neutral, dummy push, good, turn your head that way, hold, hold, and hold, and that's it. Let's turn that way again, and hold, good. Now, you have about a 50% chance of passing going this direction. Turn this way.
This
Yep, yeah, there you go. Hold. Yeah, so you fixed both, right?
Yeah.
You feel that?
I
Okay,
do.
keep going a little bit more. Good, and you can actually go a little bit more too. Good, relax there. So that you should never come in here again and turn your head to either direction and exhibit that same dysfunction whilst seated, right?
Okay,
In a
yeah,
more
yeah.
stressful environment, it may come back, which is why it's really important for me to treat people in the most complex position they can
Right.
pass. Now, you now have about a 50% chance of passing the standing test. And that's because anytime we resolve anything for the nervous system, we take that threat response and it's like handing it safety cards. So you will have dropped a little bit more safer. The question is, have you dropped past that threshold or not? So let's get you standing to see.
Okay.
And dummy push, hold, hold, and so you have. You feel that?
Yeah.
Good. Let's see what happens when you turn your head that way. And hold. So you're good. What about when you
I
turn your
even
head
feel
this
the
way?
rotation is more too.
Yeah. Go that way. Hold. Good. So by resolving that, the noise has dropped enough that you no longer are in a safety response when you're on here. But you are going to be on a safety response when you stand here. I would be
Yes.
very surprised. So
Okay.
we're going to shuffle this. Let's move this out of the way.
Okay.
And we're going to move you back a little bit. Okay. And back onto there. Dummy push, hold. Hold. So you feel that?
Yeah, I do.
Take a step back. Dummy push, hold. Happy, safe
Yeah.
nervous system. Step onto there. Hold. Unsafe nervous system.
Yeah.
Okay? And again, just sorry, stay on there. Just
Yeah.
for the people at home,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter what muscle we use or what side, because this is called global inhibition. Feeling unsafe enough that no muscle is engaged correctly. It's a safety response. Step off there.
Okay.
And so that is, if I'm standing rigid and get hit hard from behind, I'm going to break the closest joints, so say the shoulder. Whereas if I'm globally inhibited, I'm going to it's going to ripple for me. So it kind of ragdoll effects. Drunk driver, right? Everything, the drunk driver is all loosey-goosey, so they don't get as impacted as somebody who sees it coming and tries to lock down. So our brain likes to inhibit much more.
And I definitely did that in the accident. I could see it coming.
And so
everything's tight. Yeah.
And so when we put you, so again, hold, strong, step on there, hold. So there's the weakness again. Now if we palpate here, and there, makes you strong. Slightly different position, weak, strong. So this area here, it's not very accurate at the moment. That's very typical. The nervous system's kind of honing in on it. So we can modify it again by palpating there. We should be able to modify it here. Hold, good, so strong there. If I move to here, nothing. Yeah. Here, so strong. And then we also know I'm going to give you, so weak, lift that leg off the ground, hold, strong.
Yeah.
Good, okay. And here, so weak and strong. Excellent. I'm going to step you off there.
Okay. Oops.
So the question is, which do we fix first?
Okay.
And I'm going to fix the eye one first because it's the oldest one.
Yeah.
Actually, that's not true. We'll let the nervous system decide, and I'll explain that in a moment. Yeah. So anytime I can resolve something by, all we really did here was go, hey, nervous system, when you turn your head this way, these engage, causing this here. And so that light manipulation was enough for the nervous system to solve that. Anytime there's proprioceptive dysfunction, so sensory input, there's a parallel indent in the acupressure system, which is very integrated into how our safety mechanisms operate. And so anytime there's a proprioceptive dysfunction, there's a parallel indent in the acupressure system. It's kind of complex to explain. And this is where everybody's like, oh, what's he talking about? But this time when we solve something, we want to know where the proprioceptors are, but we're going to use acupunctures to create it. Okay. I think I'm just going to go ahead and solve it and see what we find. So let's place you here.
Up?
Yep. And dummy push. Good, there's weakness. I'm going to use this acupressure point here. And now I'm going to go, see how you don't get stronger there anymore when I palpate here, but you do here. So this injury is more threatening to your nervous system than this one. That's what that, and what you'll see, like if I palpate here, it's not changing anything because I used acupressure points to get that functional part of your brain hyper-focused on a threat. So now we can see, it's just behind the ear, by the way, there, 1 point, and just above the ear, 2 points. Those are the 2 points that are causing a high level threat, and that's the concussion. Now I'm going to start using acupressure points instead here. Weak, strong. So that acupressure point has a relationship to that impact. I'm going to go here, weak, weak, strong. Good. So that I'm looking for acupressure points that change your motor control. Here, strong and strong. Great. So we're going to do this here. Good, you can step off there. So all I did there was go, hey, functional part of the brain. See the safety response here? It's actually occurring because of these two proprioceptors, which has a relationship with these two acupressure points, and it immediately resolves that. So you should be able to pass this test now. Let's see. Dummy push, hold. Yeah, so strong. Okay, you feel that?
Yeah, I do.
Good. Now, what happens if we put you heel to toe?
Heel to toe?
Yeah, like that. Ready? Dummy push, hold, and back to safety again. But go back to neutral, hold, good. So all we're doing there is inducing more stress, and threat responses come back on again.
Yeah.
But we'll take that and work on the next one.
Okay.
And so every time you feel me doing this here, I'm using acupressure points to get your functional part of the brain hyper focused on a threat it just saw. Okay.
Okay.
So hold, strong, go heel to toe, hold, there's that weakness. We get your nervous system hyper focused on it. So now you can go back to neutral. In fact, for you, let's step you all the way off so you feel. So you stay in this safety response. It's no longer related to there, it's related to here. So strong, and there's the other point there. So if I move slightly off it, nothing. Here, strong. You feel that?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay,
Big
so
difference.
acupressure points.
Okay.
Here, weak, strong. So when that point's strong, it brings me to these points along here. Weak, weak, strong. Feel the difference?
Yeah,
that is often goes to here. These 2 points. Good. So these 2 points, which are the kidney points, have an association with the trauma from the dog at your eye when you were 3. Now, there is nothing wrong with your kidneys. Kidneys and lungs points I treat all the time. So it's just how the nervous system compensates. All right.
Very interesting.
Let's put you all the way into heel to toe position.
Okay.
Nobody likes this position,
Yeah,
by the way.
So
Don't we push hold? Good, but you can pass that now. Right?
Yeah.
You feel that?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, I'm going to palpate up here. Hold. Strong, strong, and weak.
Weak.
You feel that?
Yeah.
So if I go over here, strong, here.
Yeah, nothing.
Okay, good. So step you all the way off, and I'm going to explain that. So now that your nervous system is relatively safe in that position, when we intensify the sensory input from this area, it puts you into a threat response. So though we've resolved these 2, we need to resolve this one too. And the same thing is going to be on the leg as well. Okay. Likely, we will test that theory. Anyone surgery or injury, there's up to 12 safety responses we can go looking for. So these are actually kind of outside of those 12. So that's what our time is mostly going to be spent working on.
Okay.
But let's move this out of the way. Can you go back onto here? Don't we push? Great. Can you go heel to toe again? Thank you. And hold. Good. And hold. So safety response. No safety response. Safety response. You feel that?
Yeah.
Okay. Good. Back to neutral. Okay, so we're going to resolve. Let's resolve this one first. Okay. Can you go? No, this is the oldest one. We'll resolve that one first.
Okay.
Go heel to toe. You're strong. Weak. Get your nervous system hyper focused. You can step all the way off there. But what you see, because your nervous system's focused on that, you remain weak until we find where it's coming from. Hold. Here. Dummy push. Strong. And here. You feel the difference?
Yeah,
So even if I go in
difference.
between, nothing. But right here and here is where it comes from. So your brain is perceiving faulty sensory input from there. Anytime you're standing, again, so we could manipulate there, but instead we're going to use here. So this acupressure point, which brings me along to here, has to be the next acupressure point. Hold, because that's the last one on that line. That is probably related to the acupressure points here or here. So these 2, good. So again, these 2 acupressure points have a relationship with the faulty sensory input from the knee. And now, put you back on there.
Okay.
Can you go heel to toe again? And dummy push, good. I'm gonna palpate here, hold, hold. Great, so no faulty sensory input, hold, but still from there. Okay, so we're gonna solve that. You can step all the way off.
Okay.
Good. So again, weak. There's one point, and here's the other. So if I'm in between, nothing, and weak. strong. So, I mean, there's an acupressure point here we can check. Not there, not there. So this one, weak, weak, weak. This one's strong. That will bring me along here again. Weak, weak. That one's strong. And that one's strong. These two acupressure points have a relationship with the gallbladder surgery. Good. And step you back on there. Let's get you going heel to toe. Good. And dummy push. Hold. And so no longer having faulty sensory input from there. Okay. Step off. So now we want to put you back on the table and see, has it made a big effect, no effect, etc.
Right.
Good. So we just corrected Laurie standing on the balance box, heel to toe position, with dysfunction at her left head, left eyebrow, gallbladder surgery, and very old leg break. So we're going to see what now passes and what doesn't. Don't let me push inwards. Hold, hold, and hold. That's a pass. Here, dummy push here. Hold, hold. That's a pass. Here, dummy pull outwards. Good. That is also a pass. Don't let me lift upwards. Hold. That one's a pass too. Dummy lift upwards. Dummy lift upwards. Great. We are going to bend there. Dummy pull, hold. This one is not. Okay, so you feel that sponginess?
Yeah.
Hold here, hold. That's great. Dummy push down, dummy push down. One more, hold. Good.
Okay.
Here, don't let me lift up. And again, one more. Good. You feel it getting stronger?
Yeah.
So that's a good sign. That's what we want. That's the one that is most frequently off, so it's a good sign that that's working. We're going to go here. Dummy push downwards. You're going upwards. Ready?
Oh, I'm going upwards. Yeah.
Great. One more. Good. Relax all the way down.
Okay.
Excellent. So just one muscle on that side not working. Bend here. Good. Hold. So same thing there. Not correct. Hold. This one's good. One more. Good. And pushing straight down. Hold. Great. Here. Relax all the way down. Don't lift up. Hold. Hold. And hold. Excellent. And like straight. And don't push. Great. Okay. Relax all the way down then. Good. So just one muscle on either side. Hold the other muscle not working. Don't have this one. It's not working. Don't lift up the biceps. Hold. That feels good now. Good. Okay. And then here. Don't lift up. Good. Okay, so I'm going to show you some things now. We can double check to make sure that they're going to stay working by causing. We can use the acupressure system to cause a threat response in the nervous system, just like when you stood on the balance box. So if you cover your ears or eyes, your nervous system goes into a threat response. Here, relax them down a moment. I'll show you. So in a moment, I'm going to get you to cover one ear.
Oh,
I'm going to see it. Basically, our nervous system goes, I don't know what's about to happen, but it's not good. It's not good.
Right.
It actually happens here as well. So let's use this leg here. Don't let me push inwards. Hold and hold. Great. Cover your ear and hold and hold. So you feel the difference there?
Yeah, I can't stop it.
Okay. And then take your hand away. And hold, and hold. You feel the difference there?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Okay, so that one is working well. Another good example would be here. Good. So don't let me push. Oh, so you're going upwards.
I'm going upwards.
Ready? Hold, and hold. Cover your ear, and hold, and hold, and take it away. And hold, and hold. Okay, cover your ear again, and hold, and hold. Good, and take it away. And don't we push, don't we push. Good. Yes.
The camera can't see the ear, just you.
Okay, yeah, so we'll, what position would help that for you?
Landscape? I don't know. You'd have to do upper body.
That's fine. That's fine. Well, we will show you an upper body actually.
Okay.
Dummy push, hold, strong, cover your ear, and hold, hold, and hold. Take it away, and hold. Good. So any muscle that is on our list, to come off the list, it needs to be strong. It needs to disengage when your nervous system tells it to and come back to strong. Sometimes they don't come back to strong, but I think all of yours will there. We only tested a couple there. But that's a pretty good sign. So let's show over here. So by treating so we had bilaterally the triceps. We didn't test all the muscles on the upper half, but enough to know that actually Laurie was really doing well. But by correcting these points here on the head, two in the head, gallbladder and leg break, we got the glute medius, left adductor, antipiriformis, which is actually another name for the glute medius, the vastus muscles, piriformis muscles, rectus femoris, and I didn't test the triceps, but we will in a moment. So all of these got working by treating standing on the balance box in heel to toe position and correcting what I call neural confusion at 1 to 4. At 1 to 4. We'll check the triceps now. Here, don't let me lift up, hold, good, hold. So there's a threat response, don't let me lift. So it doesn't, I forgot to tell you that, it doesn't matter whether it's your hand or my hand. Don't let me push, hold, strong, hold, weak, hold, back to strong.
Wow.
I know. And then here, don't let me lift up, hold, hold, and hold, and hold. Good. So we're really, the only muscle we haven't got working is the iliacus muscle. And so what we can do with that is we can reverse engineer to see why it's not working.
Okay.
So what we're going to do is we're going to go, hey, nervous system, look at this. You can't engage this.
Yep.
And we use some acupressure points to get it hyper-focused on it. It gets stuck in that safety response. And now we can palpate to see, is it related to here? Doesn't seem to be. Related to there? Doesn't seem to be. Hold. Not there either. Hold. But here. You see how you're strong when I press there? So this point and this point here have an association with the iliacus muscle not engaging. So I could manipulate those 2 points. Your nervous system would learn how to resolve that, but we're going to use the acupressure points here. Weak, strong, weak, weak, strong, strong, weak, and strong. So those 2 points have a direct relationship to the gallbladder surgery dysfunction. And then we'll go back to here. Hold, hold, and hold. You feel the difference?
Yeah.
Cover your ear. Hold, hold. Take it away. And hold, and hold. Excellent. Okay.
That's amazing.
Now, did it change the other side? That's the other
Curious.
question. So when I'm reverse engineering it, it's kind of a bit lower. I'm working at a lower level, but when there's only one thing left, it's kind of interesting to see. So don't we push, hold, hold, and hold.
It's actually engaging.
Hold. This one's not right.
Not,
No.
but it's better than before.
But
Oh
it's
no,
not right.
no.
You feel it getting worse?
Yeah, it's
right? So again, we'll do the same thing. We'll go, hey, nervous system, that isn't functioning correctly.
Yeah.
And we're going to see it related to there. It is actually. See that? Strong there. So weak, strong. So there's an association between faulty sensory input here from the 3-year-old dog bite to that.
Goodness.
Here, hold. And we can use that acupressure point next. Let me push. That one. Good. There. One. Good. We're going to go back to here. That point. Good. Bending here. And hold, hold, and hold. Great. Cover your ear. Hold. There's the threat response. Take it away. And hold, hold, and hold. Great. So now that can come off our list now. So you're passing everything lying down,
Okay.
which is really good, except for the neck, which we will test next time around.
Okay.
There's just a couple more things we'll do standing, and then I think that's going to be a great place to end.
Okay.
So let's pop you on there. Great. Dummy push, hold. So I'm going to cover your ear. Hold and hold. Great. Can you go heel to toe? And dummy push. Hold and hold. 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 And hold. And hold. Excellent. Okay, so that was a normal response.
Okay.
I treated you slightly differently, but concussion people will typically, when I do that, stay in a threat response. But because of the order that we went, I wanted to make sure that that was okay, and it is.
Excellent.
Next thing, so we know that we can palpate all of these places without threats occurring. I'm going to go slightly onto there. Now I'm going to use different acupressure points. So different acupressure points resonate with the nervous system in different ways. Hold. So you see how you're now weak when I'm there.
Yeah.
Here. So I'm going to palpate a few more places. Good. There. Oh, that one.
Yeah.
Like, woo.
Whoops, I can't do
Oh.
anything about that one.
Yeah, so particularly stressful that in this testing scenario, because it felt really weak there.
Very weak.
And it's okay here. You see that? Now go heel to toe and hold, but not okay in that scenario.
No.
So you're still, even in this position, you're still receiving faulty sensory input, but it doesn't pass a threshold that the threshold that goes turn everything off.
Right.
So, you know, whereas maybe, let's say this, when you were lying down, I wouldn't be able to find it, even though it's there, you're receiving fault. So we have to push you past a certain threshold to find things. We're going to resolve these, and then that's where we're going to end for today. This one, because it was such a standout, I'm going to correct that one first.
Okay.
So can you go heel to toe? Happy nervous system. Very unhappy nervous system.
Yep.
Back to neutral.
Okay.
Good, and we're going to check, well first let's find where the proprioceptors are, there, and they're roughly where they were before, but we are treating slight variations of safety response, so we never should find the exact same dysfunction twice. Good, so back to the kidney points to resolve that. Good, dummy push. Excellent. Now we're going to use those acupressure points again. Can you go heel to toe? Dummy push. Good. So you see how I can't find it here anymore? Doesn't mean it's not there, because we already identified that it is. Hold, but when I press here, you go weak. So strong, weak.
Yeah.
Back to neutral. That's just because as we treat things, that noise is getting lower, so they get harder to find. But I have over the years, I've figured out ways of using the acupressure system to still kind of find stuff. So it still relates to there. I'm going to go this point there, good. This one. These two. Okay. So weak, strong, weak, strong. So it's going to be these 2 points. And dummy push. Excellent. Can you go heel to toe? I think I'm going to try and find this one next. Again, doesn't seem like it's there. But when I press there, we can find it. You can go back to neutral. I want to see if it's still showing up as being in around here. Yeah, so this point and there, great. Again, weak, strong, weak, weak, strong. These 2 points. Excellent. And then lastly, we're going to do the eye. So heel to toe. Dummy push. Again, doesn't seem like we can find it. Hold. But when I press here.
Here's the button.
Strong and weak. Get back to neutral. I'll give that arm a rest. At any time I can switch.
Okay.
Yeah, so still showing up as there. Good. Hold. Great. There. Again, these 2 points. And don't push. Great. Okay, so step off there now. That was officially we're down one of the 12 dysfunctions. So next time I see you, we're going to check to see if the other 12 dysfunctions are there. They will be, mostly. We're actually not going to test you again lying down. Once we've got you functional lying down, we want to get you functional standing. So we'll test all the same muscles standing.
Right.
We'll include the core muscles.
Okay.
We'll test your neck muscles lying down because we haven't tested them yet, and we want to be very careful and gentle with the nervous system there.
Okay.
But yeah, you should be good. Any questions?
Thank you. No, I'm just amazed by it all.